Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me here in this session today. I'm Ashwati from Dash Frugal, and today we will be discussing on the topic strategical changes in SaaS user onboarding and product training. So before we go into in detail about the topic, I would like to just brief about the major points that we'll be covering through this session. So first we'll look into the importance of user onboarding. Then we'll see the three strategical changes that is required in the SaaS user onboarding and product training, and how these changes can enhance the user's task efficiency and productivity rates. And then finally, we'll look into some of the popular user onboarding methods that is being used. All right. So I'll just start by giving you a very brief introduction about Dash Frugal. As you might be knowing, Dash Frugal is a new age digital adoption platform, which is especially built for product-driven companies to drive their customer onboarding and in-app product training. And our major aim is to help the end users in adopting any software easily so that they are able to understand the features of the particular software, which will help them in understanding and learning about the whole process and making it easier for them to reaching their values. And the onboarding process in Dash Frugal is designed in a very simple and easy to understand way that will help every uh, user to learn about any software at their own pace, or they can even self onboard themselves without having to seek help from the support team. So that was a introduction about Dash Frugal. So we'll just quickly move into the topic. So we all know that user onboarding is one of the main aspect or main metric for the success of any SaaS forms. It is basically a series of steps or process that guides the uh, users in going about guides the users to make them familiar with the software, and then understand make them understand how to use the software to reach their values. And it is one of the important step which takes place as soon as a new user signs up into any product. And it helps the users in understanding about the benefits and uses a product is offering. uh, at least for some of the users, they might be having confusions or inhibitions while they are new to any software. So um, signing into a new app or making use of a new app can be often compared to meeting someone new for the first time. In that situation, everything is based on the first impression that is created. If uh, if two people are able to connect very smoothly in the first meeting, it means that there was a best kind of first impression that was created. So likewise, similar is the case of user onboarding. Two of the major aim of user onboarding is to educate the user about the benefits and features, and second one is regarding to help the users in achieving their goals as soon as possible. And for this, creating a very good first time impression is very much essential, as this is going to help the users in retaining within a software for a longer period. And also, only if an organization or a firm is having an efficient and successful user onboarding process, then only he or the user will be able to attain his values faster. So that's how the user onboarding plays a very important part in every form. Now, moving on to the next slide. Now, these are some of the reasons for strategical changes that are required in the SaaS user onboarding. First one is the transition towards digital era. That is, as we all know, the present situation, the pandemic has caused almost all the brick and mortar and every forms to switch completely into a digitalized platform, making their users to achieve their goals and values in a much easier way. So this transition has contributed to a rise or more and more bringing up of remote onboarding solutions, which is very much essential for the modern users. And one of the other reason is the changing needs and priorities of the users. As we all know that the needs of the users keeps changing from time to time, and the modern user prefers solutions or platforms that are especially designed or especially customized for their personalized goals. So bringing in personalization or customization in the onboarding and product training methods is one of the next change that is required in the user onboarding process. Uh, also, uh, Also the competition. With regard to competition, as more and more firms are moving into a digitalized transformation, obviously the competition is going to be increasing in the coming years. So it is necessary for every business to bring in unique and innovative solutions which caters their needs of the users. And now we'll see how these changes will enhance the users' task efficiency and productivity rates. As I said earlier, digitalization is uh, going to make the whole learning process easier. It will help users in attaining their goals in a much easier manner. Uh, when we look into olden times, the users or customers had to depend more upon any customer support teams to for clearing their doubts as and while they were progressing with their onboarding journey. And now with the introduction or now with while more and more digital adoption platforms have been introduced and remote onboarding software has been implemented, which has made the users to attain their goals faster without having to depend much on human help. That is, remote onboarding solutions have helped users in doing things or exploring, have given the privilege to users to explore and learn things by themselves. Also, such softwares or platforms have made it easier for the software users to provide exact and customized needs for their users according to their needs. And another advantage or another uh, benefit that has occurred is regarding the productivity. These digitalized product has helped users in being more productive and enhance their efficiency rate. For example, if we are taking the case of in-app training, in-app training is such a method which is going to help the user in learning things without having to exit from what they are doing. Compared to similar methods such as onboarding mails or any other training methods, in-app training helps the users to be inside the software or inside whatever platform they are experiencing their onboarding journey. It helps them to makes their task more effective, and it helps their learning process easier. Also, when users are more productive and efficient in their task, it is going to help them in increasing their engagement rates. Similarly, the introduction of a digitalized products has helped users to achieve their values in a much more easier and faster manner, whereby they can uh, they can learn and do things on their own without having to depend upon the customer support agents. And with regard to flexibility, the users now has the option for learning things on their own. Uh, like there are no compulsion on compulsions to learn things on a specific period of time. Most of the remote onboarding tools will help the user to progress in their journey at their own pace, thereby reducing any kind of friction that used to be there while while using the conventional onboarding methods. So that were some of the affect some of the strategical changes that would affect positively for the users. Now let's look at some of the most popularly used product training and user onboarding methods. The first one is onboarding emails. Onboarding emails, as you all know, is a series of emails that is being sent to a particular user or a new user as and when he is signed in, he has signed up for a product. So this is basically aimed at educating and informing the users to how to progress in their account setup, or it also delivers information such as the major important documents which might be helpful for their learning journey. And next method is guided tours or walkthroughs. In this category, there are tooltip guided methods and even video examples that could help the user in learning their learning the process much easier, especially with video examples. It is going to help the user in learning things in a more visually attractive manner. Similar to this, the other method is self-help documents, which are basically articles or shareable notes which can help the user to uh, make their learning process easier. And one of the other method is individually training the user or giving product demos, which is also a good method. But when taking the time or the cost aspect, it is going to take so much time for training each and every users separately. So and one of the most important method is in-app training and support. When compared to all other methods mentioned above, this method is one of the easiest and most economical method. As said earlier, it helps the users to learn about a product while they are actually setting up their onboarding process. Here, they don't have to switch between different screens or different eh, uh, they don't have to look into different knowledge bases for collecting any information. They can be in the product itself and continue their learning process. So these were some of the popularly used product training and user onboarding methods. Now I'll just take you to some of the examples. These are a couple of examples from the onboarding emails. As you can see, the email has how it has persuaded the user to go through the various options or guides that are necessary for setting up the account. And here, this is an example of the tooltip guided tour, which helps in navigating the user as and when they move towards the completion of the tasks. Similarly, uh, these are examples from the Dashfrugal onboarding widget, which is basically video examples. As you can see, for example, for the first picture, that is add milestones to onboarding. For that task, a user can create that particular task by simply watching the video example. It helps their learning process much easier. And this is also from the onboarding widget from Dashfrugal. As you can see, it has how it has helped. It will help the user in learning about the process by just making use of this onboarding widget alone. That is, the onboarding widget itself acts as a knowledge base, thereby helping users in onboarding and providing them the sufficient training that is required. So, which will help the user to reduce the burden of having to switch from one screen to another, or for seeking from support from the live chat, etc. With the help of the get help button, it helps the users to get any sort of support from the support teams within just a click away. So this was one of the a picture from the onboarding widget. So we have almost reached the end of the presentation. For concluding, we can see how digitalization has helped the users to be in a more productive and efficient manner, and it has also replace the old and conventional methods which used to take a longer time for users to onboard themselves. And not only that, with the changing scenario or with such unpredictable situations such as the pandemic or any other unpleasant events that might arise in the future, it is very necessary for almost all organizations to cope up with the situation by using of more digitalized products that will help the users to gain their values faster, and that will also help the businesses to stay competitive in the long run. So we have reached the end of the presentation. If you have any clarifications or if you'd like to more about something, please feel free to ask the question.
Hi, Ashwati. This is Stella here. I'm a customer success manager from Zementum. My question here for you today is, as you were mentioning various onboarding options, what are some of the
Yeah.
most common and or preferred way of onboarding for your customers, especially for Drashfiggle? So if you can just share some insights around that, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. As I said, the one of the most common methods that we use is in-app product training, which is more economical as such when compared to any other methods. If we take the example of onboarding emails or any other methods, if for particularly if we are taking the example of onboarding emails, there are situations that uh, there are situations like the user might not open the open the mail that is being sent. So the information that we have sent might be lost. But as in case of in-app training, as and when the user is learning about a product, uh, he's is very easily able to learn, like learn and know more about the tasks as and when he is progressing. Like he don't have to exit from the product or the software itself. It will help the user to understand the features and adopt the software much easier.
Got it. Thanks. Just a follow-up question on there, Ashwati, for you.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Sometimes, customers do prefer one-on-one trainings, right? Where we get on calls or Zoom sessions with these customers and then handhold them, understand their individual business use cases, and guide them over
Yes,
through it.
yes.
That is what I've seen with my company. So, with you having to say that in-app onboarding is very economical, how do you address any follow-up questions if the customer has to reach out to you? Is it through support? And how do we best reach back with them and guide them through so that they are better onboarded?
Okay, so like the way you said, we also have a one-to-one product training or demo calls for the users, but most of the time, uh, the mostly used option is in-app training. That is, we also have options to give real-time support facility. While a user is their learning process, they can ask for help real time. And most of the time, we need our users to self onboard themselves rather than hand holding or helping them via other methods. It is best to leave leave the things to themselves, so that it will help them to learn things on their own. I think learning things on themselves is much better than like when we are going to teach someone about a certain usage or a product. um, there are chances that people might forget about the process. So, whereas by self onboarding, that's not the case. The user will be able to use and learn the things on their own. So that's what I would like to say about that.
Thanks, Ashwati.
Welcome. So are there any more questions? Stella, can you just share your email ID? Hello?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my email address with you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
No worries.
I guess there are no questions. So in that case, we can wind up the session. Thanks once again for joining the session today. If any further questions or if you'd like to know more about Dash Frugal, you can reach out in the given detail. Once again, thank you and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.